I have to, whatever. I have to, one day at a time is all I can do.
Yeah, that's what I have. One day at a time.
Well, my back, and then I have to find a new doctor. So, and that's a primary care physician. I would say within the last 10 or 15 years, I've been through at least 5 or 6 doctors because they leave. I get along with someone or I really like someone because they're smart. They go into, I'm sure you've heard of it, concierge medicine. You know what
Yeah, well,
that
the way it is right now. I'm
you know,
surprised, our son's an internist and has been with North Shore
yeah,
ever since he finished his residency. He's
yeah.
also a district manager, so he watches over quite a few doctors besides the ones in his practice. Our doctor, our internist, is one of his partners who's probably been there a little bit longer than Gary, but he's a geriatric doctor.
Oh, really? Maybe that's what I should see. A
Yeah,
geriatric doctor.
but he's a hard guy to get into.
Well, where he's in North Shore, right?
Yeah, it's about up in Highland Park, but it's
Oh,
about
there.
uh,
There she is. There she is.
oh, she's here.
The queen is here. And you got a haircut. Each and every one.
Right.
I
Shabbat
thought
shalom.
that I thought
Shabbat
that
shalom.
that Rich was here this week.
Ah, is your son-in-law or son here this week? Rich?
Yeah, was he here?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Richard and Holly were here. They left Wednesday night.
Oh, so we thought
Wow.
maybe they were still here and you wouldn't be here today. But here you are.
That's right.
And how's your repertoire?
Oh, wonderful.
Of course it is. Of course it is. It's always good. It's always,
Yes. Thank you.
of course. Hi there, Phil. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Sonny.
Oh, well. The sun is still, I can't believe you look out the window, it's still light out. Remember, not that long ago, you looked out the window, it was dark out still.
Yeah.
Finster.
Oh
You know
well.
that word?
We got the nice warm weather now.
It's what?
We got the nice warm weather.
Yeah, it is warm, considering the month.
Yeah, I see 71 on my weather bug.
Right. I think on mine, I have on my computer, it says 76.
Oh, wow.
It's
It was a
warm,
little,
and it's May. So, and you never know, we could still have cold weather. In fact, I think the temperature is supposed to drop next week, I think. Whatever. It is
yeah.
what it is. What are we going to do?
Yep.
Right?
You go with the flow.
No, absolutely. No question about it. I'll drink to that.
Go ahead. Oh,
Water.
what's in your cocktail?
Water. Agua. Clear water.
Probably better for you.
Mm. Right.
So where is everybody?
We're here. And Deb has arrived. Therefore, we can start. Almost, right.
Yeah.
What's happening with her stripes on today? I tell you. Very good. And I don't miss a thing. I see everything. Stripes, whatever. You got your hair back on a ponytail, and it looks like she got a haircut, but she didn't. We went through that. Was it last week? I think. How's your pooch? Pooch is there, behaving, right?
She's over here sleeping.
Oh,
Well, that's good.
I tired her out for walk, so
And you? And doesn't it tire you out too, or you're just have the 3 V's: vim, vigor, and vitality?
yeah, sure.
That's what I remember. I used to say that all the time. You have the 3 V's. What are the 3 V's? Hi, Bella.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Yes.
About so-
What? Whatever. Oh, the crows have arrived, at least Barry so far. We don't see his picture yet. It's coming up. I
Yeah,
have to ask them how Nashville is. They moved to Nashville. Joan May, it looks like you're studying. Are you studying?
Yes, this joke. It's a new joke.
Oh,
Ooh.
all right, give it a minute. So you'll have a bigger audience.
Okay,
We'll wait a minute. How's that?
fine.
Then they're patching barriers with the computer. I could tell because it was
Oh.
blinking. He's trying to get the picture on there, the video.
Well,
Ah,
I'm here.
the audio on. You have the audio on now.
Yeah,
We've got our audio. Now we have to try to get the video on. That's crazy.
Oh, well, that's because you're too gorgeous,
God, this is wild. We
Of
always
course it is. It's the same computer you have. It's not different, right?
old computer, same old
says
computer.
cannot start video. I gotta start all over again.
Start all over. Okay. All right. We may have to start all over. We're in
That's okay.
starting
You're in-
over.
Oh, and Andy and Mitchell have arrived. Actually, probably just Andy. Mitchell's probably not home yet. Right?
right.
So everyone looks invisible, right?
Ah,
there we go. Now we're
you're
all
outside.
person.
You're in the backyard. No, you're not outside. I thought you were outside.
It's the
Oh,
meeting.
well. I see too much, not enough, or whatever. So Barry's gonna try again to see whatever.
Everybody fell asleep.
Yeah.
I'm wide awake. I thought, I better, give someone else a chance to speak.
Oh,
I mean, after all,
yeah.
I'll take a nap here.
of course you will.
Yeah, you do most of the time.
Yeah, I didn't say it. She did. You did. Of course, Sandy, you are no slouch. There are times I've seen you with your eyes closed, but you are probably meditating, right?
That's it. Thinking about the sermon.
Oh, right. Of course you are. Absolutely.
Of course I am.
Of course. Hi, Marissa and Michael.
Hello.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Sandy and Verna.
Barry, you have become
Barry, you're muted.
amazing now.
Yay, now we're back.
Yeah, you're muted.
And Barry, you did.
Oh, hey,
There
that'll
you are. Yes.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Oh, and there's Miss Rika.
Hi.
Shabbat shalom.
Hi,
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom.
breathe.
How are you all?
Even
good.
so, what's the weather like in Nashville?
Just
It's the
gorgeous.
same as in Chicago. Beautiful.
No.
Warm. Here it's in the 70s, would you believe?
Oh, it's here.
Beautiful day.
We moved
It's a
here.
little cuckoo, but that's okay.
Oh.
And Rika,
Yep.
does this remind you a little bit like Florida?
This
And
is
so
my
you're
weather.
happy, I could see.
Oh,
it.
yeah. I was out all day long.
Nice.
It'll probably snow on Tuesday.
Of course.
Thank you.
No, I think it's supposed to get to 90. Something
Wow.
crazy.
Too hot.
Wow.
Crazy.
And then
Wait,
it
90
will
is too
snow.
hot.
So-
Too hot. Too hot.
So Crows, you moved?
We moved.
We moved. It's
We've
been 6 weeks now.
6 weeks we've been here. Our daughter is across the road, and we live in your community that is so warm and welcoming.
Good.
How could
Lovely people, very nice. Yeah.
They've got a couple of Jews here, but not that many.
We went to services here,
That's
and
right.
the Seder here, and along with the Seder that we had at our daughters. Yeah, but it's very
Yeah.
nice. Everything is lovely. Moving was horrendous. That's all I can.
It
Yeah.
always is.
Chicago, it's tough.
Yeah, we were in Illinois for 90 years.
Yeah.
That's all. 90
Wow.
years.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Jerry,
time
look-
out to go to college, and that was it. That was it. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, what do you say, Sandy?
Barry, you look good for 90.
Well,
Uh,
81, yeah.
Except the two of us have known each other for a long time.
yes,
Of course.
we're the old guard.
The old guard from the temple. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Jana,
I'm
tell me,
gonna miss you when I walk.
yeah,
'Cause I always
Jana,
walk
when
down
you
State Street.
you said you went to services, how
We
were they?
They were nice. It was not like in the temple, but they had a
Yeah.
very nice little service. So we sat around and
Sat around the table, had a
and-
challah, had some wine.
wine and
Oh,
challah.
how
And
nice!
it was very
So
sweet.
in other words, you were warmly welcomed.
Oh, yes.
We were, and as Shoshana said, I'm so glad you're there. It's a good place. So that's it. It's a good place. Absolutely.
Did
And
you know the clerk?
daughter
Does she know the rabbi?
Yes, she and the rabbi
went to rabbinic school
Went to
together.
rabbinic
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's the daughter's temple. We're not joining.
were members of
We're-
Temple Shalom of Chicago.
Yeah, we're still gonna.
Shalom.
Right, and as long as you have a computer and you can Zoom, it's
Yes.
almost like
Yes.
being there.
As long as we could get on, you mean? Oh, God,
And
yeah,
once I figure out how to do it.
right,
Yeah,
right.
but you did.
You
You had
did?
no trouble before, and then today is the first time.
Technologically,
Wow.
It
we're
was
not getting,
probably your knob.
right, technologically
Yes.
getting A's, right. Oh, but look at, we got a full screen, Mazel Tov,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Welcome as Nashville members.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
From your fellow Gold Coaster.
From the Gold Coast to Nashville, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Very nice here. Our kids are very active in their temple, and
Oh, good.
children our great-grandchildren go to religious school.
They certainly do.
But we've been there as guests with our kids and when we've been
Yeah.
here. But we're not looking to join a new temple at this point in life, right?
Yes.
Well, the rabbi and
As
the
long as there's a place where you could go when you want to. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And,
Is it a
for the
Reform temple?
holidays or whatever.
It's a-
temple.
it's
Oh,
a
look who's there. Hey.
temple, and the rabbi was
I always say her name.
Shoshana. She graduated with Shoshana.
Yeah, well,
She was
she's
ordained.
the associate rabbi.
Early.
Yeah.
The rabbi,
How to-
Rabbi
How to
Danziger.
pronounce it. Oh,
This-
well, can't have everything.
Yeah. So
Whatever. Riga, you're laughing at me.
how is everybody there? How are
You mean
you?
here?
Yeah.
Oh, all I can do is speak for myself because no one else is speaking.
Know what you're
Everybody is just terrific. Which reminds me, Andy, what's the cocktail of the evening?
Oh, yeah.
Don't we know yet?
No, cocktail is a daiquiri. I felt it was time for a
I
summertime.
thought at
Oh,
first it was
that's good.
milk. It looks white. I thought, oh,
It looks
there.
empty.
Well, yeah, I'll need a refill shortly, but I figure with the weather being like it is, it's time for a summertime cocktail.
Absolutely.
Right. And watch, well, just as Michael said, next week, God knows, it'll be freezing or whatever. Or
Nope.
Michael,
That is a beautiful background, Michael. Those flowers are gorgeous. That's a beautiful.
From Amsterdam.
Very good.
Oh,
Right. Right.
I-
It is Amsterdam with tulips. Right.
I didn't go this year, but I usually go every year in the spring for the tulips.
Right. That's
Oh.
true. I remember.
So this is last year's pictures.
Well, that's
Oh,
okay.
nice.
I don't see any mold. It's okay.
As we
They
are,
held up well.
Of course. You had the right humidity and the temperature
wow.
on
we
the
have
placard.
Joan May.
Joan May,
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Josie.
do
You
your
have a
thing.
joke?
Okay, so some of it I can't read, but anyway, the rabbi was walking down Main Street and he saw the congregational president eating tray food
Oh, Lord.
at a Chinese restaurant in the window.
And it wasn't
Yeah.
New Year's.
He ate shrimp and pork fried rice And the rabbi waited until the president came out and said, "How could you? How could you? And you watched me eat the whole thing," said the president. "Yes," said the rabbi. "Did you stop me to say that I was eating wasn't kosher?" "No," said the rabbi. "Well," said the president, "then I was under rabbinical supervision.
Supervision.
That made it was kosher."
That's
funny.
cute.
That's a
That's
good
funny.
play on words.
Good, that's good, that's good.
Next time we have to make sure that we speak a little slower and so everyone can understand what the punchline was. That was good though.
The rabbinical supervision.
Yeah.
Right. Rabbinic under supervision. Very good. That was good.
Bella,
So-
look lovely, Bella. Are you well and good? Look wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
How's Idaho? How's the weather in Idaho?
In the 60s. Today is in the
Oh, we're
60s.
warmer than you. We're in the 70s.
Yes. And tomorrow will be in the low 60s. Today is
That's
up
nice.
60s. Tomorrow.
Come back to Chicago to warm
100.
up.
But next week it will be 80. Next week.
Oh,
Good.
really?
Yeah. We have 90 2 days ago.
Hi.
In today in
Crazy.
60s,
See,
67.
Rika should have gone to visit you then.
Exactly.
Yes.
She likes the 90s.
I
Oy.
went to swimming pool
I like the 80s.
outside. Yeah,
Good.
it was 90. And today it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly
Yeah.
because it's in the 60s.
Yes.
Right, to me, that would be a Machaya.
Yeah.
Can't have everything. What can I say?
Well, God,
Joan May, any others? Any more, or are you finished for the day?
No, I'm finished for the day.
Oh, I'm very
My
That's a
others
good
are
one.
long. They're too long.
Sonny, it's quality, not quantity tonight.
Well, you're absolutely
Thank
correct.
Sense?
You're absolutely correct.
Very good.
right, that's a cute one. It was
Of
good.
course.
That was very
Yeah.
cute.
And there's Olga. Shabbat Shalom, Olga. Nice
Shabbat
to see
shalom,
you.
Olga.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Yes.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Everyone.
And good Shabbos too.
They're getting ready. What time is it?
6:16.
After
Yeah.
16, we gotta go.
Not yet. It starts at 6:20, but whatever. Does anyone else have anything else to say?
Well, Chicago's gonna win a baseball game tonight, that I know.
Yay.
There is,
the Cubbies
Cubs
are
and
in
Sox.
Which one though? The Sox or the Cubs?
Well,
They're playing each other.
That's going to be interesting.
I'll say the Orthodox celebration Wednesday night was wonderful at the temple, the 50th birthday celebration.
That's right.
Nice.
So you should have given a nice report earlier before you get cut off.
There were over 100 people there.
Wow, that's nice.
All the clergy, all our clergy, almost all the clergy from OC was there, and just a lot of people. So it was really, and the food was amazing. They catered it from Hardy Boys. It was really, really nice.
Oh, good.
Who do they cater from? Who?
Hardy Boys.
Excellent. They do
Really
the Seder, the Passover Seder.
I used to know one of the owners, but I don't think he's there anymore. I think he sold.
Well, it's still, the food is good. They do
And
a
they had
good
two humongous cakes. I've never seen such big cake, almost like wedding cakes. I mean, they were
Wow.
huge.
then they probably. They
one-
probably have an in from where they had the drag thing, because I understand they had cakes like that there too.
Where?
Where sponsored by the Women of Temple Shalom, but actually from Or Chadash.
And it was amazing. It was really wonderful. Really, really nice.
That was Wednesday, right?
Wednesday night, yeah.
Yeah, that was right. Wednesday. So you're
Yeah,
the only
Macy's
one that
has a
went
once a
from
month.
here? Pardon?
I was going to say Macy's has a once a month drag brunch at their Walnut Room downtown.
Really?
Oh, how exciting. A buffet.
I haven't been, but I keep seeing it.
Oh, well, let's see. You're spreading the word.
a nice,
whatever.
Anything to help the walnut room. Got to keep it in
Oh,
business.
yeah, well, God, I haven't been there in a million years, at least. I wonder if it's the same. The wait
Yep.
staff they used to have.
And the wait staff looks the same, only a little older, unlike us.
I can okay.
That's so
Gotcha.
fun.
Yes, right. Okay.
I don't think we're going to make
Whatever.
620. No, we missed 620 too. Should we try for 625?
Wow. They're running late today. Unless we can't hear
and
them.
that's
Are
when they
done?
start. They just cut, they cut us off, but
Yeah.
I don't think they didn't start yet. I have to.
Oh, Robert's here.
What?
Yeah, there's a screen. They haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Well, they never start on time.
Sometimes they
You
forget
know-
to
Yeah,
mute us.
yeah, but this
too.
is very late.
Yeah.
Here
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go.
Ah, see, they heard you.
They heard you.
Shabbat shalom all.
Shabbat shalom.
They heard
everyone.
you.
Shalom,
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Who
Shabbat
doesn't want
shalom.
to start with a little song from the sea? Sea Bazimrat, yeah. Oh, sea.
Oh, we didn't mute
On
us.
page 3043, 343.
All right, now we can start for real.
Oh, sea Bazimrat, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I don't know if you can even remember a time, but there was once a time where we used to just be able to welcome everyone to Shabbat and just say Shabbat Shalom, and it felt like there was nothing more to be said than maybe a sweet invite into the service. And then this world keeps spinning, and there's more and more to be said. And it's harder to find the right words to say. And so sometimes we still just want to welcome in and say Shabbat Shalom and welcome and move on to the service. And then there are weeks like this, where we open up the newspaper and see such disturbing articles that there's no way to not comment on them. And then a rabbi like me has to make the decision, do I spend an entire sermon talking about it? Or do I do a welcome using someone else's words who said it much more concisely than I could, so that we can enter this Shabbat in peace? And I'll say that we have a tradition of doing things where we just have to say what needs to be said in order to feel at peace, like the way we do before we go to sleep when we say the bedtime Shema, and in doing so we actually say all that needs to be said before we can go to sleep. So, I will already say that I think Haviv Redinger said it best, but he had too many swear words in it. So I'll quote from Rabbi Josh Weinberg, who writes this week, "There's a dangerous instinct that has been emerging in the Jewish world right now and increasing in intensity over the past few years. The belief that we must choose between defending Israel and defending moral clarity." He talks about this week. New York Times columnist Nicholas Kristof published a deeply disturbing column, and he details in it allegations of abuse and torture against Palestinian detainees in Israeli prisons and detention facilities. And the reactions were immediate and predictable. Some treated the reporting as undeniable truth beyond scrutiny. Others dismissed wholesale as blood libel, before grappling with a single allegation. And still more nuanced response saw the real need to scrutinize the sources quoted, various reports and testimonies, while acknowledging that there is a real necessity for further investigation and exposure of whatever real and horrific behavior has been occurring in that prison system. And as Jews, we do not get to avert our eyes simply because the conversation is painful, politically inconvenient, or weaponized by those who seek Israel's destruction. Nor do we get to surrender our critical faculties and abandon standards of evidence because the allegations confirm our prior assumptions and fears. The Jewish task is harder than that because two things can be true at the same time. There is undeniably a massive global coordinated effort to demonize Israel beyond the critique of particular policies or governments, and to erode the legitimacy of Jewish sovereignty itself. There are anti-Israel movements, institutions, and influencers, even governments, for which the issue is not where Israel ends its borders, but whether and how Israel should. We are not paranoid for recognizing this reality. We are historically literate and facing the world with our eyes open and our backs stiffened. And on top of all that, at precisely the moment when we are recoiling from another New York Times piece, another report that was released this week that should shake every person of conscience to their core, Silent No More, the most comprehensive documentation to date of the systematic violence, sexual violence, committed by Hamas against Israelis on October 7th, and during the subsequent captivity of 251 others. The content is horrifying, and so is the timing. And the juxtaposition of these conversations reveals a deeply broken public discourse. Jews are being asked once again to hold unbearable truths, while much of the world chooses selective moral outrage against Israel. And the same international ecosystem that spent months dismissing, minimizing, and denying outright the sexual violence committed by Hamas against Israelis on October 7th, suddenly rediscovers the language of human rights when the accused are Israelis. And that moral hypocrisy is real. And that moral asymmetry is real. And Jews are not wrong to feel gaslit by it. But the obvious moral inconsistency in the world toward Israel does not absolve us of our own Jewish moral responsibility. So, I just had to say that piece from Rabbi Josh Weinberg, to say that those things have been on our minds and our hearts this week, and we've been wrestling and wrestling. And now it's time for Shabbat peace, for Shabbat light, for Shabbat healing of our souls. So I invite you now to introduce yourselves, if you haven't met the people around you, and wish them with full hearts a Shabbat Shalom. Well, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is wonderful to be able to find not only the peace on this Shabbat, but the joy of being able to celebrate with the Grad family a certain someone becoming a bar mitzvah this week. So Shane, we invite you to come to the bima now, joined by your brother Asher and your parents Lara and Jacob, so that they can help us welcome in this Shabbat peace and joy with Shabbat light, with these two candles here. The blessings can be found on page 2.
Have you light the candles? Yeah. Come around. Mm-hmm.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you so much, Grad family, and Mazal Tov. Shane, we can't wait to welcome you back up here at the end of our service for our Kiddush. We turn now to page 20 and 21 for Lecha Dodi. We sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And on that 9th and final verse, in whatever way we can, body, spirit, we rise and we even face our entrances to welcome in the Sabbath bride.
Not yet. I know. I do the same thing.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. 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 Shamor zachor v'borachai, Ishmi'anu el ham yochad, Adonai echad, Shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi makor ha'veracha, merosh mikadam nasucha, sot ma'aseh v'machashav tefila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Hitoreri, ki ba'orech kumiori, uri shir daveri, kavod Adonai alayach nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Oi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha tzora, toch emunei am segula. Oi chala, 6, our Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ועל מה דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה, בגלה ובזמן קריב דיברו.
Amen.
יהי שמירה במבורך לעולם לעמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ואמרו.
Amen. Page 29, on the bottom of the page, we read responsively. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. O let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. Page 28.
La 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam Le'olam Le'olam
As we notice the changing time of day into night, as we recognize that love flows through the evening to the morning, throughout all time, and that God shows us love through Torah, we listen closely for all those ways in which we can sense God's presence with our Shema, page 34.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בעם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Amen. We turn now to page 40, where we find the words of our song of redemption, our Mi Chamocha. We sing together.
Lai 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 mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh, Torah tehilot osei peleh, Torah tehilot osei peleh. מלכותך רעו בניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד, אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד.
As we turn the page, we find the words of Hashkivenu, really our people's lullaby. And tonight we sing this with the author, the composer of this melody, with our own Ethan Parcell.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim,
I love that melody so much, because I think it's the reason why we come to Shabbat at Temple Sholem, for that feeling of just by hearing our voices together in beautiful melodies like that, singing the voices, singing through the words that our people have put to melodies for millennia, just gives us that comfort. And I love that the founder of cultural Zionism, Echad Ha'am, said that more than the Jewish people keep Shabbat, Shabbat keeps the Jewish people. And that's why when we sing our Amidah, which we're about to rise in spirit and in body to sing, well, what it tells us is that usually during the week, we're going to have some opening prayers, and then we're going to keep praying for all these different things to happen in our world and in our lives. But on Shabbat, we take a break from praying for all those things and instead just pray to have some Shabbat peace. So in that way, I invite you to rise in spirit, in body, for our Amidah, our Tefillah, page 46.
Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei hakol, v'zocher chasei avot v'imahot, u'mevii geula livnei b'neihem, leman shemo v'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, baruch atah Adonai magen Avraham, be'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol atah Rav le'hoshia, Morid hatal, mechakel chaim v'chesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Michamocha val geburot umido melach melach memit umechaya umatzmiach Yeshua v'nemanat al hachayot hakol baruch atah Adonai mechayei hakol atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh.
We continue now in silent prayer, and when you're finished with your own personal prayers, you can be seated.
On page 62, we often go right to a prayer for peace, our Oseh Shalom, but I also love these words that come right before on 62. May the words of my mouth
and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to God, our rock and redeemer. So as your private thoughts come to a close, join me in these words. Yehi leratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali
We pray for those who are in need of healing, body, of mind, of spirit. If there's someone whom you are thinking of who is in need of that kind of healing, I invite you to please share their name. The words of Misha Berach are found on page 253.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Makor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Misha Berach Imotenu Makor HaBracha Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Refuah shlema. And we have tonight our birthday blessings. So if you have a birthday during the month of May, please come forward. And we're going to gather right here in this beautiful, blessed spot for our birthday blessing this evening. Wow. I really like the looks of this. Wonderful to be with you. Oh, so we're going to gather just right here. All right. So no. You'll stay down here. I'm going to come down, and the cantor's going to come down with you. So you can turn around so everybody can see your beautiful birthday faces. And so as we come through, I'm going to ask, what is the day of your birthday?
May 30th.
26th.
23rd.
18.
Today. Wow.
30th.
6th.
9th.
26th. 6th.
All right. So we have a birthday twin over here, and we also have a birthday girl over here. And so it's wonderful to celebrate with you this incredible birthday, because almost always we have it that we celebrate your birthday just before we celebrate receiving the Torah on Sinai, which means what? The best is yet to come. So gather the great memories that you've had of birthdays in the past, and imagine that when we celebrate on Thursday night and Friday what it is to receive Torah, that you'll realize what it is that you're receiving this year. Please God, another year of wisdom and growth, resilience and shining forth, true leadership, Shane. What a beautiful time to celebrate these wonderful people for their birthday. So we thank God for giving us life, giving them life, sustaining all of us and allowing us to reach this time. And I'll say this grad row here, we can sing very loud the Shehechianu, and we know exactly where you're directing it to and then sharing it with everyone.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
And we're going to just do one more happy birthday for Charlene. So we're going to sing
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Charlene. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everyone. Sit back down. Thank you. Happy birthday, Elliot.
Well, if you didn't hear
finally
Charlene
turned
say
40.
so, 92. And Cookie then responded, she's just a baby. Well, Shabbat Shalom. So animals and people tend to migrate in specific patterns that benefit their species and tell us a little bit more about their purpose of not only their migration, but about their existence. For instance, take sandhill cranes, who migrate twice a year, flying in a V pattern. This pattern enables them to keep visual track of the flock and maximize access to the beneficial upwash zones or spiraling air patterns from the flapping wings of the bird angled just in front of them. And each bird except the leader benefits from the upwash of the bird ahead so that the flock can fly farther with less energy expenditure. And during the migration, they trade off their leaders so that every bird benefits and every bird leads. The pattern tells us that sandhill cranes are built to fly long distances with efficiency and understand the value of keeping track of one another. And the migration of the sandhill crane looks very different from the wildebeest of the blue wildebeest from sub-Saharan Africa. They are well known for their great migration. It looks like that. So unlike cranes' carefully spaced V formations for their aerodynamic efficiency, wildebeest rely on their density, the density of their formation, and that provides for them safety in numbers. And it enables them to match each other's speed and direction and spacing more like a swarm. Their migration route is not led by a single alpha male, but instead it emerges collectively from rainfall patterns and scent and graze conditions. And while it's messy, they use this chaotic formation to their advantage against predators in the plains and in the grasslands and in the wilderness. So this week in our Torah portion, Bamidbar, the Israelites embark on our first great migration, and it looks a little bit like this. We leave the foot of the mountain, and then we start to go through the wilderness of Sinai on the way to the land of Israel. And at the center of the camp sits the tabernacle, and at the center of that, the Holy of Holies, containing the Ark of the Covenant, with both the second set of commandments as well as the first broken set. And the inner encampments, well, those are the Levites, and they're flanked just beyond in all four directions by the other tribes. And what do you notice about this formation? And if you want, you're not shy, you can yell it out loud. What do you notice about this formation? It's orderly. What else? Oh, it's the same distance between each other. Anything else? Oh, wait, I want to hear that snide remark. What was that? Oh, it's very beige, very beige. Yes. And the Mishkan is at the center. The tabernacle is at the center. And what do you think that the formation says about us? Well, I'll say a few things based on what was shared. Position matters here. Everyone is surrounded, as Betsy shared, at equal distance. Organization like this reduces the chaos, and the group can move cohesively over long distances. And like migrating cranes or herd animals, individuals are part of something larger, and the orientation preserves their identity. And survival depends on coordinated movement. The Mishkan, the tabernacle, and the Levites occupy the center with the tribes surrounding them, and practically this creates cohesion internally and defense organization and communal order. And the wilderness in the Torah is dangerous and unstable, much like the ecological migration routes. There's uncertain resources and external threats and changing conditions. So this formation transforms wandering into purposeful movement. Bamidbar portrays the desert not as an empty transit space, but as a place where tribes are organized, where leadership develops, and where our covenant deepens as our collective identity forms. And that connects strongly with a rabbinic idea that the Torah was given in the wilderness because revelation requires openness, movement, and dependence rather than settled permanence. In fact, there are a plethora of extraordinary midrashim that express just that. And my favorite is from Bamidbar Rabbah, which teaches, Adonai spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. Why in the wilderness of Sinai? Because from here, sages taught that the Torah was given with three elements: with fire, with water, and in the wilderness. With fire, from where is that derived? that Mount Sinai, when the commandments were given, was up in smoke. And in water, from where is that derived? Well, it's stated that indeed the heavens dripped, indeed the clouds dripped water when the Israelites received Torah at Sinai. And in the wilderness, from where is that derived? Well, from this week's Torah portion. Adonai spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. So then the Midrash asks, why was it given with these three elements? It is that just as these elements are all free for all humankind, so too are matters of Torah free, accessible to all. Rabbi Avital Hochstein puts a finer point on it when she says, it seems the Midrash teaches that the Torah is given with power or fire, and it continues with gentleness, water, and it exists within and perhaps specifically through the everyday wilderness. It's given for free, not because it is easy, but because it seeks to be accessible to every person in every situation. So we order ourselves in the wilderness to protect our Torah. We guard it with specific formations, not to steal it away, but to make it eternally accessible as a guide from generation to generation. And as an American Jew, I am awed by the similarities between the ways we learn to protect our Torah in the wilderness and the ways in which we are called upon to uphold our democracy today. To begin with, they have essential elements in common: ideas about law, responsibility, and community. In both systems, rules are meant to guide society and protect people from chaos or unchecked power. Additionally, both lift the importance of collective responsibility. In the Torah, the community is expected to care for the vulnerable, the poor, the widows, the strangers, the orphans. And democratic societies emphasize equal rights and civic duty, encouraging citizens to participate in creating a fair society. Debate and interpretation are also central to both traditions, thank God, and both the Torah and democracy depend on active participation. The Torah calls people to live according to ethical commandments, while democracies require citizens to vote, to speak out, and to engage in public life. In both, society works best when individuals contribute responsibly to the common good. So as an American Jew living in 2026, I am concerned about how the right to vote is becoming more restricted and less accessible to those who deserve to vote, and that's all of us. Expanding the right to vote, specifically to Native, Asian, and African Americans, has been a priority not just of our nation, but of our faith. When we dedicated the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism in 1962, Rabbi Dick Hirsch explained, our forefathers did not rest with the issuance of general pronouncements from the detached heights of Mount Sinai. They descended into the valley of reality. Hence, in 1965, civil rights activists determined much of what would become the Voting Rights Act in our Religious Action Center. And the Voting Rights Act is one of the most important civil rights laws in US history. It was passed to enforce the 15th Amendment and stop racial discrimination in voting. And for me, the first concerning strike at the Voting Rights Act came in 2013 with the Supreme Court's decision in Shelby County v. Holder that struck down a key part of the act, effectively ending the federal preclearance system that had prevented states with histories of discrimination from changing voting laws without approval. Critics, including Ruth Bader Ginsburg, warned the ruling weakened major civil rights protections, and afterward, many states enacted stricter voting laws such as voter ID requirements, polling place closures, voter roll purges, and limits on mail and early voting. Justice Ginsburg compared removing preclearance to throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm because you're not getting wet. The Supreme Court's decision in Louisiana v. Cayley weakened Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 even more by making it harder to challenge voting maps unless plaintiffs can prove intentional racial discrimination rather than just discriminatory effects. Critics argue the ruling undermines protections created by the 1982 bipartisan amendments signed into law by President Ronald Reagan, and it has already encouraged new redistricting efforts in southern states such as Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. And I share all of this not because I am a political pundit, but because I, as a Jew, am concerned about the state of our present democracy. While the Torah was given to us freely and entrusted to us to protect, democracy, on the other hand, has been hard-won and preserved and protected at its best through increasingly representational voting. And I know that gerrymandering, the manipulation of electoral district boundaries to give a party or a racial group or an interest group an unfair advantage, I know that it's not new and it's not one-sided. The name itself is an 1812 portmanteau of the then governor of Massachusetts, Elbridge Gerry, who approved a Senate district that critics said looked like a salamander, hence gerrymander. But I did think that it would continue to get better, not worse, with each succeeding generation. And this view, I do not believe, is naive. The notion that we should make access to what we hold most dear in our country and the fundamentals that make our democracy a democracy better with each generation is not naive. It's Jewish. Like our Torah, our democracy was forged through fire, and we are charged to carry it with us through the wilderness in which we live, not because it is easy, but because it seeks to be accessible to every person in every situation. So in this week, when we remember what our people did, when they left the foot of Sinai, when they protected the values at the very center of their society, let us work to preserve the charge set before us today. Let us remember what we hold at the core of our society, our democracy, and let us shore ourselves up for what we must do in the months and years ahead, remembering that holding on to our values is like an ongoing migration through the wilderness of every generation. And like our ancestors, let us not rest with the issuance of general pronouncements from the detached heights of Mount Sinai. May we continue to be among those who cause all of these values to descend into the valley in the wilderness of reality. Shabbat Shalom.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I want you to hear your yourselves. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. For you and me. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Cantor. Thank you, everyone. It was beautiful to hear all of your voices.
I love it.
We turn now to the bottom of page 282 for Aleinu. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה לעוצב ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, לגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad.
Please be seated. Tomorrow, we'll have Mindful Jewish Aging at May 16th tomorrow. At 1 o'clock, it'll be mixed presence, so some of us will be here, and some of us will be aging mindfully at home, all with Cantor Katzman, Deborah Paskind, and Andy Simmons. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Of course, there is a 10:30 service tomorrow that can't be beat. If you want to know where to come on Shabbat, what should I do with my morning? Shane Grad is becoming a bar mitzvah, everybody. Come for a beautiful service. On Sunday at 4 o'clock, again mixed presence, we'll have our Distinguished Speaker series sponsored by Jan and Bruce Trannon of Blessed Memory, featuring Sarah Hurwitz. If you have not heard Sarah Hurwitz speak or read either one of her books, you're missing out, but you can remedy that by coming and joining us at 4 o'clock on Sunday, where she's going to be talking about how it is that we can reclaim our stories as Jews from people who blame and shame us, and some want to destroy us. And on Monday, the 18th, by the way, that was a really low way to end. She's going to inspire us. She's funny, she's brilliant, she's a Harvard grad. You know, how can she be bad? She's not, she's amazing. So if you want to be inspired by our stories and hear from somebody who's wise, come with us at 4 o'clock on Sunday. Better beat, upbeat? Yes. All right. And then on Monday, online at 7 o'clock, we'll have our film night, and this will be Less Than Kosher. Less Than Kosher, everyone. And then on Thursday, May 21st, we'll have our Tikkun Leil Shavuot. If you want to start with prayer, you can come at 7:30. Starting around 9 and then 10 o'clock, we'll have a panel of all of the Chicago rabbis in conversation with each other. It is fantastic. Then there's learning sessions all throughout the night. 4 o'clock. Friday morning, that's the first time that we'll get to daven in the morning for our Shavuot festival, but it won't stop there, because then at 10:30, we'll be at Emmanuel Congregation for a joint service for Shavuot, where Yizkor will be recited. So if you have loved ones who have passed away, you want to be remembering them through Kaddish, come with us. Come to see us next Friday at 10:30 at Emmanuel. Our office will be closed at that time, but will open around 3 o'clock so that way we can welcome you warmly to Shabbat services that evening. That was a lot. but there's still more. In this way, it is wonderful that we turn to page 278 for counting the Omer. Yesterday's count was 43.
הנני מוכן ומזומן, הנני מוכן ומזומן לקיים מצוות עשה של ספירת, מצוות עשה של ספירת האומר ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על ספירת העומר היום 40 יום שהם 6 שבועות ושני ימים לעומר.
Today is 440 days, which is 6 weeks and 2 days of counting the Omer. Wow, we're almost there, everyone. We've been counting since Passover. We go through Shavuot. Next Friday night, sorry folks, no more counting the Omer. We'll be all done. Tonight, we have the sad honor of being able to say the names of people who've passed from this earth, but who blessed us in myriad ways that we appreciate and that we carry on from generation to generation, both in their memory and also to establish their legacy. And so on this Shabbat, I'm sad to announce the deaths of Luella Schneider, Albert Jerry Lieberman, and Theodore Simon, all of whom passed away in recent days, some of whose funerals will be on Monday, and others whose funeral plans are still pending. You'll find more details and announcements that will be going out later after Shabbat, so that you can find out the information that you need to bring comfort to their families. We also are remembering those who died in recent weeks. On this Shabbat, we're remembering Ann Miller, Herbert Meyerowitz, David Greinader, Batya Godfrey Ben David, Thomas Perulas, Mitzi Weinberg, Dr. Elizabeth Pedakowski, Doug Weintraub, Judy Ullman, Gary Johnson, Janice Temple. We also marked the yard site this week of Jerry Acker, Ronald B. Burstein, May Butterman, Simon Cherkasky, Melvin DeGraff, Jody Dicker, Jamie Dordeck, Stanley Gluck, Lillian Hendel, Ms. Dorothy Lamson, Jane Ellen Lippman, Harriet Mashkis, Sarah Maurer, Goldie Meyerowitz, George Miller, Marvin Mindus, Ruth Geller Neems, Nancy Jane Cohen Nowak, Doris Finkel Peltz, Charles Raisin, Jean Rappaport, Inez Isabella Ringland, Justin Rosenfeld, Carolyn Schlossberg, Sydney Schreiber, Susan Sipes, Nancy Tannenbaum, Anush Tubb, Diana Tony Verdon, Sue Wolf, and Robert Zelvin. If there are others you are remembering on the Shabbat, I invite you to please share their names. Kaddish Yatom is found on page 298.
94.
Sorry, 295. Please rise. 294.
Sorry. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon uvyomachon, v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael, b'harala v'izman kari v'imru, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kurasha, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, ta'amiran b'yalma v'imru. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Useh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru.
Amen.
Useh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Imru. Amen.
Shane Grad, we invite you back onto the bima. This is your spot. We're so excited. You don't have to stay overnight to reserve your spot for tomorrow morning, but we can't wait for you to lead us then. And we're grateful that you're leading us now. Page 5 for our Kiddush.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu Zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tefila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziyat Mitzrayim, ki vanu b'charta, be'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat Kodshecha, Yahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Lift it up. Baruch ata Adonai, mekadesh hashavat. Amen. Take a little sip if you want, just grape juice. Sorry if you were hoping it was something different.
He says when he graduates from Davis High School, he might, maybe then they'll have some juice that has a little more fermentation in it.
You can stay standing. We're on 253. I need that kind of raised energy. Are we on 253? 353. We are on fire tonight with our page numbers.
It was contagious. I'm so sorry.
What did you do to me?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Oh, goodness. Listen, we've had a lot going on. Are you ready? Oh, Javo Shalom Aleinu. Oh, Javo Shalom Aleinu. Oh, Javo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam salam. Aleinu ve'al kol olam. Salam, salam. Salam. Aleinu ve'al kol shalom aleinu. Odialo shalom aleinu. Odialo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shane, get some rest.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Have a good
shalom.
weekend. Have a good week.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
No TV. No TV.
Shabbat shalom, Olga.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye-bye, comedian.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, it goes here. We go.
Shabbat shalom.